No, he's driving down from
Well,
Wyoming.
he's probably tied up for years.
Yeah.
Same people in
I'll
it.
tell you where he's at.
What?
Oh, she's down here $400 a month.
Not, he's far
One
enough away.
bedroom,
he
one
won't
bath,
make it.
you know.
He thought he'd make it back in time, but
I was single.
Yeah.
I make good money on these places.
So he sang to me after the meeting last 2 weeks ago. Our last meeting.
Yes, on the
he
timeshare.
sang to you?
Yes.
Happy birthday?
No,
Oh,
He got it for.
I said,
But he
Dad, do
only
you sing? And he
pays the
says,
maintenance
yes, I
fee
do.
every 3 years.
And,
was that what
yeah,
Baritone.
yeah.
A year. Every
So then
3
he was
years.
telling me his history a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
He said,
usually you do that service.
what's your
for
favorite
every
song?
year.
And I named a
You
song,
get it twice a year then for a week?
belted it out right
We
out
can do
here
it
on the
up to 6
steps. That
times
was
a
fun.
year,
Mm.
depending on what we get. But at
The new
least
ones
3
are open.
times. Oh my gosh, I'm
Really?
super fancy.
People in trouble with building them.
So does the town do its own hot tub, its own plate?
Recognize bereavement from our previous board members.
And the doors are just open and it's just like the walls. That's
That's important about it.
It's in covenant.
I mean, like if a previous board member passed away.
Yeah, or spouse. We used to.
Is there crime down there because of
I don't
the
see any reason why we
what
couldn't
jobs are
bring
open
it
up or
up
not?
and see how the board feels about it.
I
It's
didn't
always
say
nice to
But
recognize
then I
that
was like,
service.
I see her here than I do in Florida.
I was with Robin Denton, who was mayor of Gilchrist.
Because
She
she
said, yeah. She was
But it's
serving.
gotten so overrun with fees. It's just not what it used to
Yeah,
be.
I don't think Gilchrist was very kind to her.
I don't know her that well,
This one.
she seems rather
And then
nice.
there's.
She's a car.
There's the pool,
Yeah.
Her dog, well,
And that's
her dog Roxy was there.
The only thing
So Connie
different is just.
Brixfield was on the board for a while, and her husband
That's about course and
passed
master.
away. His service was
It's
today.
different, so they're not houses, so.
Okay, Dawn, are you ready?
This.
Okay. Cheryl, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ready? Okay. All right, it is 6:30, and I call the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for September 9th, 2020 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Acting Town Clerk, will you please call roll? I gotta call him. Oh, I don't even know. I'm calling in Derek right now. It didn't dial.
To do one,
Get down there.
once, and then. Did you talk?
There it goes, finally. It's delayed response.
Hi, this is Derek.
Hi, Derek. We're just starting the board meeting. You can go,
Okay,
you can go ahead and call roll now, Tammy.
Okay,
Thank you.
trustee Wakeman,
Here,
trustee Trailer,
Here.
trustee Smith,
Here.
trustee Rodriguez,
here.
trustee Grandquist,
here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Here,
and Mayor Austin.
Here. Thank you. Does anyone have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Acting Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes,
trustee Grandquist,
Here, yes, sorry.
trustee Rodriguez,
yes.
trustee Trailer,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion
Thank you.
passed.
Are there any citizens' comments tonight? Okay, citizens' comment is a point in the meeting where the public is invited to address the town board on any items except agenda items for which there is a public hearing. Public comment on public hearing items will occur during the scheduled public hearing. All comments should be directed to the town board. There's a 3-minute limit per speaker. Please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record.
I'm Sheila Woodson. I live at 1557 Cattleman Court, Milliken. And I'm here tonight to represent Sowers of Seeds. I moved to a small town because I enjoy living in small towns. And sometimes the people who live other places, more populated places, have the wrong notion that small town people have small minds. And that's simply not true. I've seen amazing things from the people in this town, and I'm grateful to be a citizen here. And so it never makes me nervous to speak, but it's hard to speak when your heart's in your throat. Scott, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for your incredibly big heart at a time that has been incredibly, impossibly hard. I can't even imagine. And I could do this privately just with Scott, but I wanted you to know what a big heart he has, that he harvested from the garden that his wife attended and donated over 200 pounds of produce to Sowers of Seeds. And so for you and for everyone else who just quietly goes about doing good, and that's sometimes hard to do just within the daily mix of our busy lives, but when you do it at a time that is so incredibly difficult, it's incredibly humbling to people who see that. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you so much. And your honorary Sowers of Seeds. This is so unprecedented, but
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Any other commentary? Okay, citizens' comment is now closed. And we have an award presentation, the employer support of the Guard and Reserve from the Department of Defense. Very excited.
Well, Madam Mayor, members of the board, my name is John Clark. I'm a volunteer with an organization called Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve. We're actually a part of the Defense Department. When you join they give you these cool shirts to wear, everything. But first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to come here tonight and present this award. Our job and our mission is to help recognize when people who employ members of the Guard and Reserve do exemplary things to help them to serve our country. At this time, half of everything we do militarily in this country involves Guard and Reserve people. So we see people just leaving their jobs, their homes, their families to go, and it's humbling to think about that. Also, it's pretty cool for me to be here. My mother lived in this town as a young girl. And so coming to Milliken for her, I always heard was like going home. So also pleased to be here for that reason. You have a chief of police here who I'd like to give an award to tonight. And he's been recommended by Lieutenant Tim Handley as the recipient of what we call a Patriot Award. I'll give you a little idea what this looks like. And the chief can hang this wherever he wants. Chief, could you come up here so I can give this to you? And let me just kind of tell you just a little bit. Come over here to make a great picture. In real life, I'm a photographer, so I think about these things all the time. But nonetheless, it says, to Benito Garcia, Milliken Police Department, as a patriotic employer for contributing to national security and protecting liberty and freedom by supporting employee participation in America's National Guard and Reserve Force. And this is with the seal of the Department of Defense. It's signed by the leaders of employers supporting the Guard and Reserve. Now, Chief, I want to tell you what he's got to say about you. You wanna hear this? Okay. In this presentation, I want to just tell you real quickly what it was that Lieutenant Handel said about the chief. He said, "We're a small department, 11 officers total, including the chief. Being so small, any deviation from the normal schedule affects everyone. But even with that level of known impact, Chief Garcia supports all of the time I spend doing military-related work and has never said anything negative about my affiliation with the Army Reserves. In 2015, I was set to deploy for 9 months. Knowing that I was going to be gone for that length of time, Chief Garcia still offered me a promotion to the position of lieutenant, a newly created position that he needed filled, and worked it as soon as possible." That's pretty outstanding, Chief. And I'd just like to tell all of you how much the things that you do to support the chief and the other members of the department in helping those such as Lieutenant Handel, who is out serving our country and missing from your streets. But thank you so much. And Chief, I'm going to give this to you with a handshake, and a grateful nation gives that to you. The other thing I have real quick is this is called a statement of support. And this one is one that if you'd like to display this somewhere around, I'm so impressed with your veterans. I don't know if you call it a garden or memorial or whatever. That's pretty cool. I have a son who's in the Army Reserve. He's a busy guy. Keep him going. But I'll give you this too. And thank you so much. And I'll let you get on with this meeting. Having spent 4 years in Fort Collins City Council and 4 years as a Laramie County Commissioner, I know you got business, and I'll get out of here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Betty.
Yes. It's a very nice award. Great.
This young lady back here remembers my mom.
Of course she does.
All right.
So who is his mom, Lois Ann? Say it again.
McLaughlin.
Ah. All right, moving on to the next, that was very invigorating. Moving on to the next item agenda is the meeting minutes. Is there any discussion or comments on the minutes of August 26, 2020? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
I move to approve August 26, 2020 minutes.
Okay. We have a motion and an approval. Acting Town Clerk, could you please call for a vote?
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Granquist,
Derek, do you approve the minutes?
Yes.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
Trustee Trailer,
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
and Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion passed.
thank you. We now have the Town Administrator's Report, Interim Town Administrator Powell.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, trustees. So on my behalf, what has occurred on September 2nd, the mayor, Kevin Garrett, the Planning Commission Chairman, Pepper McClanahan, Carrie Reinberger, Don Stonebrink, and I attended a WELF RE5J Board of Education work session. Trustee Wakeman was there, but in the capacity of this on the school side, I guess you could say. Anyway, it was a work session regarding facility plans in the Milliken area. Brett Hall Lot Holdings was also at this work session. The focus of the work session was on the site selection of the new high school being proposed to replace Roosevelt High School. And this is part of the November bond proposal. A discussion was held about securing land for a future middle school, a transportation and maintenance facility, and plans for the existing Milliken Middle School. The Board of Education is looking at a site in Milliken and a site in Johnstown. From my understanding, they will be announcing their site decision prior to the November ballot. The site in Milliken is located at County Road 46 and County Road 21, which is Lot Holdings properties. The site in Johnstown is located at County Road 46 and Colorado Boulevard. So it was, I thought, a very good meeting. It was really nice to meet some of the other members of the school board at this meeting. Leslie Arnold was also present. Jeff Chamberlain, who is their, he's the owner's rep for the school board, is that correct?
Yes.
Peggy? But it was a good conversation, and we'll see which site they decide to choose, hopefully here soon. Streets Department, they had planned to do dust control on North Alice Avenue yesterday, I believe. Yes, yesterday. But that was delayed because of the weather. It's currently scheduled to be applied on Friday this week. Culvert cleaning on County Road 42 is taking place, and street sign repairs are being done. Next week, the crew will be doing asphalt milling and patching in areas around town. Parks Department is ridding areas of volunteer elm trees that are coming up on town right-of-way areas. They're making repairs at a light pole in Lola Park. And then they're finishing up the drip irrigation line over at the Heritage House. So they've been busy and keeping themselves going ahead of this weather. Hopefully it's nice the rest of the week. And also they're preparing, and they prepared somewhat for this freezing weather that we encountered. The RO plan is up and running. It was came online on September 1st. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope all goes well with that. And that's pretty much all I have.
Thank you. Just a quick comment. Street crew did a repair on Lilac and Wagon Train on the pan that people kept bottoming their cars out on. Good timing considering winter is coming, and it was a great repair. People have been very appreciative of that. I haven't gotten over to see how the one on Depot went. It's been a long-standing problem, but just let them know. Good job, please.
Certainly will. Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay. All right, we have nothing on the consent and action agenda for tonight. So we're going to go right to the information agenda. There is a FEMA flood plan mapping update. Pepper McClanahan, Community Development Director.
Good evening, Mayor and trustees. In your packet is a copy of the invitation that was sent out to area residents identified by the county and their consultant who will be affected by this remapping. These letters went out on the 31st. Milliken is a participant in the National Flood Insurance Program. So as a result of that, we are responsible for notifying our own residents versus the county doing that. So they provided us with addresses and we sent those out. The dates and times of the open houses are listed in that letter. They start next Monday. There's another in Longmont. There's one on Thursday in Kersey the following week. On Wednesday and Thursday, they go to Fort Lupton and to Greeley. These are the same information meetings. The same information will be presented at each of these. There is a Zoom or a Skype link for people that want to join remotely. And there's also a link in this letter to the floodplain maps if anybody's interested. County representatives did join you at your meeting in April of last year, 2019, to kind of give you an update of that and let us know that these remapping efforts would be going on. And AECom is their consultant. What they did was hydrologic and other scientific studies of the changes to the river channels as the result of the 2013 flood. Some of our properties came out of the 100 years, some went in. A lot of property is going into floodway. So our certified floodplain manager, Troy Spraker, did review the modeling results that were generated by AECom and was not able to find any flaws with their modeling results. So just wanted to let you know about that. And if you can join us for one or more of the open houses, if there's more than a quorum there, you'll need to let Cheryl know. But otherwise, it's just for information and happy to answer any questions you might have.
The letters went out on the 30th, you said?
The 31st.
31st?
Yeah, so last Monday.
Has anybody called you at all?
Not a peep. Haven't heard a word from anybody, which I thought was surprising.
Mhm. Okay. Questions, concerns, or comments from the board?
So we should have all had that letter, correct?
Only if your property's impacted.
Correct. It went out to
course.
about
Yeah.
Okay.
53 individuals that are in the remapping area.
In the floodway or floodplain?
In either 500, 100, or 5% chance, 1% chance, or
Okay.
the floodway, anybody whose property would be affected, is my understanding.
Is it going downtown?
Pardon me?
The new floodplain? Oh, wait, no, it isn't. It's right next to it.
Yes, it affects a lot of Milliken property in terms of we have floodplain in both the Little Thompson, Big Thompson, and also the South Platte, because we do have some town limits that are down south that are in the South Platte floodplain area.
So, were you
Okay,
waiting for me?
yeah.
So they sent out letters to 50 homes?
We sent out, they provided us with a list
Properties?
of 53 residents, I think it was 53, that will be affected by this remapping. And we sent that out to them.
Any other
I don't
questions?
have any more questions.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much for the update. Okay, we have two written reports, the August Community Development Report and the August Police Department Report. Do we have any questions on those? Okay, hearing none, the next item on the agenda is an executive session pursuant to Colorado Revised Statutes 24-6-402, Section 4F, for personnel matters to receive verbal report on the investigation pertaining to Town Administrator Tim Singwell. I'll take a motion.
Make a motion, we go into executive session
You have to state exactly what it's for.
for CRS 24-6-4024F. Personnel matters to receive verbal report on the investigation pertaining to the town administrator, Tim Singwell.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Acting Town Clerk, could you please call for a vote?
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
trustee Grandquist,
Derek?
I'm having a hard time hearing her.
Do you approve the executive session?
Yes.
trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Trailer,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
and Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion passed.
thank you.
Could it be stated who will be
in the executive session.
Yeah, we state that at the beginning of the executive session. It will be, when we start the executive session, we state before. You want to state before?
I think the public should know who's going to be in the executive session.
Okay, basically it will be the board, the town attorney, Tim Singwald and his attorney.
And the investigator.
Oh, and the investigator, I apologize. Okay, we'll break for 5 minutes while we clear the room and then we will reconvene.
So I mean,